everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time to begin the Final Coils of Bahamut. Now, I've made a decision for this. I have decided to split out the introductory and finishing quests for the Final Coils from the actual raids themselves, so each raid will get its own individual video, just separated out from the quests themselves. This will just make it a little bit easier to organize just everything, really. Don't worry about it. This way you also can just I want to see turn 10 specifically, you can just click on the turn 10 video and you don't have the prologue quest lean into it. So then, as a result, this video might be a little bit shorter, but you know what, that's fine. And I might keep doing this with future 8-player raid series, we'll see. Anyways, hello there, Urianger. I believe we want to accept Fragments of Truth. Urianger would speak with us regarding our mission to prevent Bahamut's return. Man is wont to cast light wheresoever secrets lie hid in darkness. Though that which he illuminateth seldom bringeth him joy, so it is with such unhappy truths as Bahamut's immense shadow doth conceal. I decided to start clearing out my inventory of, my retainer inventories of crafting materials, since almost completely done with the Realm Reborn crafting. And we're just gonna get those pop-ups every now and then, I suppose. Yet ever onward forgeth Mistress Alice, undeterred by the burden of knowledge that weigheth heavy on her heart. 'Tis a perilous path she hath chosen, and a painful one. I prithee, Satora, remain by her side as her valiant blade, that she might see her quest to its conclusion. Satora, it is well that you are here. My lady, how might I serve you this day? I have met with some difficulty in my mission, Urianger, and I should be grateful for your counsel. As you know, Bahamut's physical form is regenerating beneath the Cartano Flats even as we speak. Yeah, it's a rather urgent issue. If we are to prevent his return, we must needs disable the 2 remaining internment hulks to sustain him. Every moment our mission is delayed, the realm is pushed closer to the brink of destruction. Alas, though I have determined the locations of the fragments of Dalamud leading to the hulks, I have been unable to find a way to enter them. And gaining admittance is but the first step in your perilous undertaking. When last thou descended into Bahamut's subterranean fastness, thou didst discover, didst thou not, that the dread Primal had bound the shade of Nail Van Darnus unto his will. And though thou didst consign the fallen legatus to blessed oblivion, thou mayest recall that the piteous wretch was not alone. Doubt not but that Bahamut's other thralls shall seek to hinder thy passage. You can say his name, Urianger. I have not forgotten that my grandfather is waiting for us. My lady, I would remind you, as I must oft remind myself, that the man whom we both loved and revered is no more. What remaineth is but a shade which defileth his memory. The vile verbiage that spilleth from his lips must not be heeded, for it cometh not from your grandsire, but from Bahamut himself. You need not worry, Urianger. Come what may, I will not stray from the course. I will not let grandfather's sacrifice be in vain. But mere words will not take us whither we must go. As I said, I have been unable to find a way to enter the fragments of Dalamud. My lady, might I suggest that you visit the fragments again in Satora's company? Full oft has the Warrior of Light set events in motion by virtue of her presence alone. 'Tis possible that she may do so again. It's almost like the plot is tied to her or something. I, the while, shall search for answers of my own. By our efforts combined, full sure am I that the path shall be revealed to us ere long. Were it anyone else, I should question the wisdom of such advice, yet I cannot deny that what you say about Satora is true. Very well, I shall do as you suggest. Assuming you have no objections, of course. Good. Now we seek entry to the 2 fragments of Dalamud. One lies at the Burning Wall in eastern Thanalan, and the other at the Singing Shards of Mordona. I left an assistant at each location with instructions to continue searching for a means of ingress. It is not impossible that they could since have found something useful to us. Let's begin by visiting the man at the Burning Wall. Dix, I think it was. Alright, both are in Thanalan then. Fair enough. Off to the Burning Wall. Alright, there you are. You must be Dex. I say, are you not Mistress Lancy, my lady's most faithful companion? Sinis, madam, at your service. And may I say what an honor it is to meet you. You are not Dex. How goes the survey, Dex? My lady, it shames me to say that I have found no viable path to the fragment. Though it stands there before our very eyes, the way thither has thus far proven impassable. When the fragment fell and pierced the land, it caused a prodigious amount of ether to spew forth. 'Twas this that gave rise to the land's twisted lay, which seems destined to thwart our efforts. Even were an opening to exist, I fear that we would struggle to reach it. We cannot give up. Keep trying. So near and yet so far. Well, it avails us not to stand here and stare at the thing. Let us away to Mordona and try the other fragment. Perhaps Sinis has fared better. Upon that note, my lady, there is something I must tell you. I am sorry to report that I lost contact with my brother just over a bell ago. As you know, the Singing Shards are home to many fell creatures, ogres among them. While I do not wish to cause you undue alarm, I fear something unspeakable may have happened to Dex. What? Why didn't you? Give me strength. We must hurry to my assistant's aid, Satora. So how long until Alice realizes she has their names mixed up? Alright, no, I was thinking of the shard over in North Thanalan, but no, we're heading off to Mordona. They're not both in Thanalan. There is a shard in North Thanalan, though. And that's the one I was thinking of. God, everyone's just staring at the Crystal Tower. Good for them. Alright, on to the Singing Shards. Let's go check in on Dex. At the very least, she does have their names correct. She just has the wrong names. Are you alright? You're at least alive. Thank you, Adventure. For a moment there, I feared that my bones would be ground up and used to bake bread. I am relieved to see that you are unharmed. It was wrong of me to press such a dangerous task upon you. My lady, your worries are wasted on me. 'Twas nothing at all, I assure you. If it please you, I shall report on my findings. As you can see, though the tip of the fragment is exposed, the rest is encased in rock and crystal, rendering it impossible to enter the structure. We might try excavating the area around the fragment, but that is like to take time, and there really is no telling how deep we may need to dig before we find a suitable point of ingress. As such, I am forced to conclude that getting entry to this fragment is unrealistic. Forgive me, my lady. Confound it, we are losing precious time. What are we to do now? 'Tis I, Horianje. Glad tidings have I for thee and my lady. For a blessing, a way hath been found by which you mayest enter the remaining fragments of Dalamud. Pray escort Mr. Salazar to the cerulean processing plant in northern Thanalan. There all shall be made clear. Alright, looks like we're heading to North Thanalan. Horianje has found a way? Then we must go to him at once. Yes, on to North Thanalan. So, do you have any intentions of correcting her on your names? You needn't linger on my account. Should Master Horianje's method prove viable, rest assured I shall put many malms between myself and this place. See to it that you do. I do not want to see anyone get hurt. Alright then, now we're heading on to North Thanalan. Alright, hello there Horianje, good to see you. So what is this path of entry you found? Mine apologies for summoning you thus from afar, my lady, but 'tis here that your journey may finally begin. I did wonder. To my knowledge, there are no fragments in northern Thanalan. Nor are you mistaken, my lady, yet a pathway doth exist, one which you yourself has made use of in the past. At the conclusion of your several forays into the Binding Coil, 'twas at the crystal formation which lies to the north of this place that you did emerge, was it not? Yes, an ethereal stream bore us back to the surface, that much I had surmised. Are you suggesting that we can use it to return underground? And even if that were possible, would it not simply bear us back to those places which we have already explored? It need not, my lady. Pray allow me to explain. Upon the evidence of your experience, it seemeth plain that two internment hulks may share the selfsame ethereal egress. From this we did infer that others may be connected in like wise. Thus did we labor long to verify the existence of further tributaries to the selfsame stream, in which task we were at length successful. 'Twas then but a matter of arriving at a solution to the problem of traveling to an unattuned destination. That one might reach what we may call the headwater, we propose to employ a modified aetheryte which serveth to amplify such ripples as do originate from said source. By focusing one's essence upon these ripples, it should be possible to make the journey. Yet be fairly warned, my lady, as with all untried modes of ethereal travel, this method entaileth considerable danger. Merely to attempt the voyage could cost you your life. So not unlike what we did to get to Shiva and Lady Iceheart then. Fair enough. That is a risk I'm willing to take. You are brilliant, Urianger. But I am curious, did you have assistance in forming this plan? I could not help but noticing your repeated use of the word we, unless you have taken to using the majestic plural in our absence. Nay, my lady, as you have correctly surmised, I was not alone in this endeavor. Meaning there are others who are aware of our mission. Well, it cannot be helped now. Preventing Bahamut's return is what matters. If some secrecy must be sacrificed to achieve our goal, then so be it. Agreed. The important thing is that it doesn't become a threat. And as long as it's trustworthy people who know, I'm happy with that. And surely anyone Urianger told is going to be someone who, makeshift aetheryte indeed. It's an Ethernet shard. Neat. But yeah, so long as people that Urianger trusts, I trust them, they're not going to spill the beans on us. The only real reason to keep secrecy is to prevent a panic anyway, so. Verily, 'twas not my wish to withhold knowledge of the aid I received. I pray that Mistress Alize will forgive me when she learneth of its source. Alright, Alize, you ready? So that must be the modified aetheryte, but what are the immortal flames doing here? Those men may be sworn flames of Ul'dah, but they are first and foremost faithful retainers of House Leveilleur. Alphino! So it was you who was helping Urianger. Who else could it have been, dear sister? Lest you worry, I have no intention of making the details of your venture public. Like you, I would prefer to avoid causing a panic. But given that which is at stake, namely the survival of the realm, one must be willing to accept help when it is offered. Would you not agree? At the very least, do not be cross with Urianger. 'Twas at my behest that he kept silent. We'll speak later. Pray forgive me, my lady, but knowing full well your intent, I judged it meet that Master Alphino be informed. Though your grandsire hath become Bahamut's thrall, his noble blood courseth yet through both your veins, and if he must needs be struck down... Do you hear that, Alphino? I mean to strike down grandfather, and when I have done so, I shall banish Bahamut to the ether. Nothing you say will sway me from my course. I will protect Eorzea, and I will uphold grandfather's legacy. Grandfather's legacy? So you still do not know what you yourself desire. Your actions are still driven by borrowed resolve. Borrowed resolve? What does that have to do with anything? Protecting Eorzea was grandfather's goal, and we made it ours. Both of us. That is why we came here, unless you have forgotten. Gods forbid I should ever forget, Alize, but you misunderstand. I did not question your resolve, only whence it came. If it were your own, you would be able to tell me precisely why you desire so fervently to protect Eorzea. Yet you cannot, for it is not your resolve, but grandfather's. You may struggle to see the difference, but borrowed resolve shall never be as strong as that which springs from within. But let us speak of this another time. For now, preventing Bahamut's return is all that matters. To be plain, I have no objection to striking down whatever is left of grandfather. Know, however, that I will be accompanying you this time. As the son of House Leveilleur, I would be present for his final moments. Very well, you may join us, on one condition. I make the decisions. If it please, milady, the name's Erkenrad. Erkenrad, our preparations are just about complete. When you're ready to embark on your mission, just give me the word. I'll be waiting for you at the cerulean processing plant. Pay no heed to my brother. You can rely on me. We have come far together, you and I, and together we shall see our journey to its end. Yeah, I do like seeing Alphino and Alisaie interact a bit more again. It's been a long time since we saw that, and back then, Alisaie was fairly quiet. But now we're starting to get a sense of their relationship to each other. Alphino's very much the calm, level-headed, logical one, while Alisaie is the get shit done one. A little bit more hot-headed, a little bit more emotional, but she always means well, and she will get shit done. I like them. They contrast each other very well. Alright, Erkenrad, let's do this. I've been waiting for you, Mr. Slancy. I'm pleased to say that the Aetheryte's primed and ready. As you know, the remaining internment hulks are connected to the fragments in Eastern Thanalan and Mordona. It's to the former that we'll be sending you first. Now, you'll be starting inside the hulk, meaning you won't have to cover so much ground. The drawback being that you'll be fighting for your life from the moment you get there. Best be prepared for anything, for milady's sake, if not for your own. And that's about all I can tell you. When your preparations are in order, just give me the word, and I'll send you on your way. I may even throw in a prayer for your speedy return, just to be on the safe side. Sounds good. And with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, we enter the final coil of Bahamut. I'll see everyone next time.